Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a special Space Engineers video. Now, I don't have a new ship to introduce this week, but I think it's worth talking about how the ships have built so far, based on your suggestions and ideas, can work together. Quite often I get comments from users who point out the vulnerabilities of certain ships, such as how one well-placed missile on the hull of the Nemesis long-range bomber could completely incapacitate it, or the risks of taking the Avocet's nest carrier into the heat of battle, and it's about time I explained how through fleet synergy many of these threats can be negated. Now, the ships I've built so far fall into four main categories. These are support craft, attacking craft, attack defense craft, and finally civilian/non-combat ships. Support craft are designed to repair, resupply or assist other ships in some way. These include the Volkschiff utility and mini MPV, which act as repair ships, the Avocet's nest carrier, which acts as a mobile base of operations for 16 Avocets and however many other ships can be landed on its deck, as well as the leatherback heavy freighter, which can be very useful for transporting troops and equipment to and from a battlefield. The next category is the attacking craft. These vehicles are built to pummel large enemy ships into oblivion, but could fall foul to smaller enemies given that they are focused on a major target. These ships include the Nemesis long-range bomber, tasked to take out a target with an array of torpedoes and bombs, the Dauntless ship of the line, a heavily armoured brute set to flatten an enemy 18th century style with heavy sustained cannon fire, the armour-shedding gunship, which implies hit-and-run tactics to inflict damage on a target, the Vendetta interdiction corvette, which does not engage in active combat, but instead confuses enemy auto turrets with a barrage of decoys, and finally the Stellar-Caden's inertial bomber, which sends a slew of explosives hurtling into the enemy hull and damaging some vital systems. The attack-defense group of ships can attack small clusters of enemies as well as provide cover for larger attacking craft. And these include the Avocet advanced fighter equipped with inertial bombs and decoys, rocket launchers and Gatling cannons with the aim to confuse enemy auto turrets, damage threatening structures and engage in dogfights with opposing forces. This is mostly the same for the Stellar-Caden's assault ship, however it comes heavily armoured, but it lacks the inertial bombs and decoys that the Avocet features. The final class of ships includes the Trident cruisers, the Superminer, the Digester salvage ship, or HMS Om Nom Nom, the Stellar-Caden's Recon and the Volkschiff pickup and hybrid. These ships would not form any part of an active combat fleet, but instead may be escorted by the other ships previously mentioned, say send a couple of Avocets to escort a potentially hijacked Trident, in a similar fashion to how real-world air forces escort hijacked planes away from population centres in the event that the order is given to have them shot down. For fleet compositions, I recommend keeping most supporting ships as far away from the theatre of war as possible, as it becomes incredibly difficult to repair or refuel smaller vessels whilst under sustained fire. The exception would be for the leatherback if it was on a resupply run to the battlefield or dropping off troops and equipment on a hostile planet. It is the job of the attack and defence craft and the attacking ships to ensure that no enemy weapons can be used against these large ships and to prevent enemies from coming close to them. My recommendation would be to leave at least 3 or 4 Avocets back to protect the carrier and any other small ships on board, just to make sure that nothing gets close to them and disrupts the repair or refueling process. Attacking craft also need protection. Given that the Nemesis could be destroyed by one well-placed missile striking an area which houses a warhead, enemy fire requires neutralisation or diversion. Once again, the Avocet advanced fighter and Stellar-Caden's assault play their parts, distracting or destroying enemy craft whilst leaving the likes of the Nemesis, Dauntless and Vendetta to strike the winning blow against the enemy ship and potentially incapacitate any weapons that pose a major threat to things such as the carrier. What I hope that you take away from this video is that no single ship can be a match for all possible threats, and for a battle to be won a variety of ships that can perform a variety of tasks are required, with fighters forming the essential grassroots of any fleet which support the heavy hitting craft such as bombers or broadside cruisers, while also covering the carriers and repair ships. Through such synergy and teamwork, battles can be won, and without it, defeat becomes all the more likely. I'll see you in the next episode. Take it easy, have a good day, bye bye.